Tere.
Hello, everybody. It has been a very long day today, and I'm sure that you already have gained new ideas about which of your activities consist of routine repetitions. This might be about entering and re-entering some kind of data in different places. It might be about not forgetting some kind of arrangements or looking for information inside different reports. My name is Terje Vaikmäe, and I will be telling and showing you today what are the solutions in our problem that can help you gain free time. The program does include options that you might not be using yet. And there might be solutions which you have not yet managed to put to work for you. All those options actually mean time that you can gain back for your own needs. I will start with the things that are upcoming, that are not yet there in the program. We are going to launch a version upgrade in summer and another one in autumn. And our development team is working on providing you different new opportunities. And the first new thing that we have is the new e-invoicing service in cooperation with Telema. E-invoices are nothing new, but now you will be able to send e-invoices to your customers and accept e-invoices from suppliers without all those companies concluding separate contracts with an operator. You can do everything from our program, simply pressing a button in Books. And you can solve all the issues that you have through our customer service. Another new thing that is upcoming is meant for the EDI users. Well, what is the EDI? For example, if you're using Telema, and through Telema, documents are moving between you and your customer. So far, you could use the 2doc and 4doc solution. Now you will also have a 3doc solution. What is a 3doc solution? This means that when a customer is sending you an order, it will come into your program as a sales order, and you will generate a waybill and the invoice, and Telema sends them back to your client through Telema. If you need this, or if your client is asking you to do this, this will be available next. And Telema is also available in the expo area. So during the break, please approach them and ask your questions if you have any. And if your company is a customer of the Coop Bank, we have a news for you as well. So now also in Coop Bank, you will be able to monitor the payment status of your payments. If you have a banking interface and you send your payments directly into the bank, then you will see what you are already seeing for Swedbank and LH3 right now. You will be seeing in the program what is happening with your payments in the bank. If you've sent the payment to the bank, it will be yellow. If the payment has been approved in the bank, it will be green. And if there is a problem that needs your attention, the payment will be red. For example, the IBAN number for the supply or customer is wrong. Once again, Coop will be available here in the expo area as well. So approach them. And the fourth query from national registers, RIK in Estonian. So the developmental version is in English, but what we are looking for, what we are adding are new countries inside the register query. So far, you have been able to add Estonian enterprises Now, Latvia, Lithuania, and Finland will be in the summer version, and later also Norway and Sweden. Many of our clients have been asking for this, and it's on its way. And now the things that are already there in the program right now. Let's take a first example. Let's imagine that you are in a situation where you want to look at the general ledger report or balance statement and find results for a group of accounts. Many people ask us, we have certain accounts that we need to keep monitoring. I don't want all the accounts, and those accounts that I want to monitor are not after one another in the chart. And for that, we have the feature that's called classifications. What is a classification? It's like a filter that allows me to group, for example, accounts in a report and ask for a report concerning certain accounts. Let's take a balance statement. Let's take it for the group leasing, and let's ask for it. So assets related to leasing in the value of 45,000. I still have to pay 40,000 worth of leasing payments. Our leasing interest costs amount to 1,200, and we have made payments in the amount of 6,200. So you can prepare those groups of accounts that you want to monitor, and then you can draw up a report that concerns only them. A similar thing is available for clients. So if you want to get reporting for certain clients, for example, let's take the event today. Today it's not only about getting new knowledge, but also new clients, new contacts. And you may have a campaign ongoing for finding new contacts. Or you want perhaps a report concerning a certain location, sales location. Priorities of different companies might be different, and inside the company as well. Managers would want to get a report on one set of contacts, salespeople on another set, and accounting on the third set of clients, and that is how we can use classifiers. For example, here I have used two classifiers, EBF and Võru City. So the salesperson might want to see sales in the location of Võru, but I want to look at the customers I met at EBF to check whether it was useful for me to participate. Did I gain enough clients? Has the sales volume been sufficient for me to attend the next time? That's why I will take a list of invoices, and I will take out a report based on the classifier EBF, sales during the last year, and clients found at the EBF. And I will run this report, and I will see that I have had pretty good sales, so it was worth coming. And now, if I want to make a phone call to those clients that I found at this event, I will take my contact list. I will filter it through the EBF classification, and I will have a report listing all those contacts with their phone numbers. And possibly my salesperson might want to contact them. The same applies to products. For example, you might want to get a report on certain specific products. Once again, you can use a classification. I have added two classifications here. Once again, different people in the company might have different needs across what they need to look at specific reports. Somebody might want to see reports for certain brands, certain campaign products, certain premium products. So you can set up those filters or classifications in order to generate reports based on them. So I want the report sales to customers monthly. So I want to see sales across the list of products under this particular classification. And then I can look at the specific list of products under that classification across clients and across months. This is how you can use classifications in the program. They are always there, but they tend to be underused. And what is good for them is that you can add them later. You have made the sale, you have made the entries, and then you figure out, I want to include those things in the reporting. So you can add classifications to accounts, products or contacts later. Objects work differently. Objects need to be entered together with the sales invoice. Moving on, there is a typical issue of arrangements that you have made with your clients and inside the company. But there is always the question whether we have written them down, whether we remember them, and whether we are always aware that something has been agreed. For example, you are trying to issue an invoice, and you don't really remember whether there was some kind of an arrangement with this client. I will choose the client here, and you see the alert of the arrangement. This client can only be sold to based on prepayment. And I stop here. So the program should let you know about any kinds of arrangements that you have made between yourselves so that you cannot ignore them. At this point, I will not be making an invoice to this client. Next client. In this case, there is an arrangement that there should always be an order number on the invoice. If there is an exception agreed with them like that, it's good to have an alert for me not to forget this. Sales invoice, another alert. For this particular product, we have agreed that you have to include the time period. It seems easy, but also easy to forget. So I have to add that this is monthly fee for April. And the kinds of arrangements that you have made with the clients are displayed also in reports. There is this nice report called Client Status. This includes all the information on the particular client. For example, if you need to phone the client, you can check what kind of arrangements have been made. There is this warning that we have given, the alert about order numbers, contact data, classifications, invoices, have they been paid? Are any payments overdue? Are there any unfinalized offers or orders? Credit limit set for the client and so on. Have you ever been in a situation where the salesperson sends out an invoice because they need to sell and the customer I mean, they have always paid. And then it turns out that the previous payments are overdue. Sale has been entered, but we are not sure that we will ever see the money. And to avoid this kind of situation, nobody needs to be this one person remembering about all the invoices. I will create an invoice and I will choose the clients. And this alert is not client specific, but this is part of the program setup. I have chosen that if a client is overdue with a payment, an alert will be displayed. I will continue with the invoice because I really want to make the sale. I need to sell the TV set. I will try to save it, but the program won't allow me to. Why? Because we have an internal agreement that we cannot issue invoices to companies who have overdue payments. This way, the program can make sure that nobody forgets conveniently about these kinds of agreements. We can always set up exceptions. We can, for example, set a threshold for overdue payments. We can set a threshold of days in debt. So in this case, I cannot save the invoice. But not all payables are similar. And for your reports to display the true situation, it is important that the program has correct data. Let's imagine we have a situation where some of the invoices have been either contested or already sent to debt collection. Here you can add that this invoice has been contested and you know that you might not see the money anytime soon. Or you might have an arrangement with the client that they will not be paying the invoice in one payment but in different parts. There is a payment condition of partial payments. Here I have set up half a year. You can set it up based on your own arrangement. So this means that this one invoice will be paid in 6 separate payments. And now if you look at the receipts forecast and you want to see what kind of amounts are coming in on which dates, you will check accept contested invoices, and here you will see the same invoice 6 times with the intermediary payment deadlines together with the amounts due for any of those specific dates. A sales ledger as well. Once again, you can choose whether you include or exclude contested invoices. I will leave them in for now, and then on the second page I will select show partial payments. And what does the report show me? So asterisk indicates that these are contested payments. And here we have one invoice divided between 6 lines with separate deadlines and separate amounts. But if a payment is overdue, then who is the person who should contact the client? You can send emails, but there are other possibilities. You can send an SMS to your debtors. SMS is a very short text message, which is useful if you want your client to actually notice. There is this kind of option, text messages, SMS for unpaid client invoices. I will exclude contested invoices. I choose overdue. I'm interested in overdue payments or invoices. You can add classifications or other filters. I will be sending SMSs to my VIP clients right now. So I will be choosing the classification VIP. So they might have unpaid invoices. Please check activate and then run. SMS messages went out. And here I can see in the register of SMSs that the messages actually went out. Did I hear a bling? Urmas, was it your phone? You sent me this. Yes. Would you like to talk about this? Well, I mean, I had one before, 11:30. And I saw that I had an unpaid, and you had an overdue payment. 12:40, another one. 2 weeks ago, I went home. In my mailbox, I had a message that I had not paid for my domain. I opened it, I paid it, and then once I had confirmed it in the bank, and then I got a message that the payment did not go through. I understood that I had paid to someone who was not the sender of the message. So I was very careful today. Terje, you cannot do this to a person. I only texted you, and this is just a reminder. You cannot initiate a payment inside this text message. That actually annoyed me. I would have paid it right away. I have to slow down my heartbeat for now. But it did work very well. By the way, you can change the text. I mean, not you personally, but the user of the program can change the wording of the SMS message. Yeah. Well, I can hear people thinking about it. This is wonderful, but can you insert a payment link? Yes, you can send payment links, but only through emails. We will not put them in text messages. It does make sense. So this was the last of your experiments. Will Urmas get a heart attack or not? I didn't. But now I can move on to the questions from the audience. You said that the options are there but not used. So not even your everyday users are not delving deep into the program and not making use of all the options. Why? Even I do not know everything. Even I learn something new every day because our program is huge. You have an enormous amount of possibilities and interfaces. That's why I am doing seminars and practical trainings to improve our knowledge of what is possible. Is it possible there to be advanced features that you are not aware of? Definitely. So it's actually the task of everyone themselves to kind of put together the picture of what is possible for their enterprise. So the next question, I think it's once again 40 people and 10 million. So they're talking about income statement. Can you put together an income statement based on classifications? So you choose certain classifications and then they run together into an income statement. I checked that you cannot do the balance sheet like that. Income statement, I'm not sure. There are so many classification possibilities in the program. Product and contact classifications, for example, you can combine them within the same report. Then contested payments, partial payments. How big of a problem is actually the problem of misleading reports if you forgot a check mark somewhere? I mean, one of them is the receipt forecast. If you don't make this particular choice, you will have wrong data about money coming in on a certain date. For example, if you include invoices sent to debt collection already. The same thing about reminders. This is a paid service. There is no point in sending reminders to someone whose payable is in debt collection already. One last question. We try to be as efficient as possible, do things fastly, accurately, and in a way that would be useful. Not only inside the excellent program, but also in our life. And we have certain behavioral patterns. We save them for ourselves and we keep following them, and then we're happy when we can follow them. That is possibly one of the reasons why we are not open to additional options. It's if this is not part of my habitual pattern, I won't really know to ask for it. How to change habits in the environment that seems familiar but has actually changed. So how to look at things from a wider perspective. This recommendation, just open it up and see what's in there, it might not work. Well, one thing that we see a lot is people love shortcuts. Everybody who uses books knows that shortcuts are a gold mine. But you have to be curious enough to look at what's in the program. For example, on the sales and on the financial part as well, there are more report formats that are actually being used. So be brave. Look at what you can do. When you start your maintenances and see what happens. If you send out SMSs, you have to see what happens. The SMSs, it's not that easy. You have to pay for it and make a contract for that before. But always check what you can do, and I always recommend people ask questions from us. The more questions you ask, the more information you get, and the more information we get about you, what you need, what you miss, what you would like to use. Maybe it's already there, but not developed precisely to your needs and so on. And a very last question. Can you please send me another SMS that says that I've paid my invoice? That would give me a good feeling. Yes, I promise I'll do that. Thank you, Terje. So thank you for the aha moments inside the software.